So what tools should you use in your freelance toolbox? So we're, of course, talking about digital here. So what are the different tools you're going to use to make your life a lot easier, to make you run your business more efficiently, and to deliver a better end service to your clients ultimately? Well, first of all, obviously, it depends on the space you're working within. If you're a graphic designer, or if you're a web developer, or if you're an SEO, there are going to be different tools which suits your specific skill set. So I'm not going to go into detail on all those tools in this video, but I can certainly give you a framework for deciding what tools to use. But then for all levels of freelancing, there will be some tools that can be of value. So this can be things like task management. This can be things like accounting and billing. This could be a CRM. All these things can be useful for all freelancers, depending on whatever skill you deliver. So the key thing here is to find the tool that does the best for what you need. And often it's a lot simpler than we potentially think. We don't need this whole raft of different tools to be super optimized. We just need the tools that do what we need and what we're going to use again and again. Particularly, I remember when I started out freelancing, I would sign subscriptions for all these various tools. And then 3 months in, I was like, I never even use this tool, or like it's no particular value to me. So start very simple and list the things that are priorities for you. So say, for example, you're really struggling to keep on top of all of your tasks. They're just a little bit like you have some notes here, you have some emails here, you have a few things that are in your mind, some are handwritten, some are in your phone, and you're just losing traction. For you, a task management tool is going to be really effective. So you can have something like Asana, for example, which lists the projects. There are plenty of different task and project management tools, but that's one example. And then obviously you can test it, try and test it, ask other people who've been using the tool, look at reviews online, and see if you can get it on a trial and see if it's something that you feel you can work with. If it's too complicated for your needs, or you feel like this just isn't something you're going to stay using, then move on and find another solution. Similarly, if you have problems, maybe your business is a project-based business, so you're not on retainers. So if you have lots of projects, you may have lots of different clients. So if you're kind of losing track of, that client here, and I forgot to send an update to that client, and actually they've asked for this amendment to their project, you need a way of keeping up to date with all those client activities. So a CRM could be a really good way for you to organize that. Now, excuse me, there are obviously dozens of CRMs, probably hundreds of CRMs out there. So again, it's finding the one that's most simple and easy and straightforward to use for you as a freelancer. A good way to ask is to ask your colleagues, if you're in any freelance communities, see what they use, get some recommendations, and then again, trial it for your own. Because even with those recommendations, all these things are personal. You will prefer certain tools to others as well. And as I say, the accounting side's a big one, because if you're maybe losing track of when you've invoiced clients and billing and chasing up payments and things like that, that can be a real drain on your time as a freelancer. And we really don't want to be spending too much time on that side of things. So a good piece of accounting software that can have a nice invoice template, very simply create these things, maybe auto chase any late payments for you, and give you a summary of payments at the end of the week, that type of thing can be really useful as well. So less in detail about the specific tools to use, but more about how to find them. Make sure they fit for you, as I say, personalized, test them out and see which ones are going to be effective. The big takeaway from this video I'd like you to think of as well is that you don't need as many tools as you think you will. Some people go freelance and they have to get everything perfectly in place, pay a small fortune on software subscriptions and tools and everything like that, apps or whatever it is, and then half of those things aren't being used down the line. So I prioritize the things that matter to you. Purchase those one or two pieces of software, try and get them on a monthly subscription with the ability to leave. So if you're not using it, you can remove and bring that cost out of your business. And then over time, as exactly as I did, you can add and iterate those tools. So you may get to a point where you do have 5 or 6 tools that are running to operate your freelance business, and they're very effective and efficient for you. But it's too many if you start off like that. You won't use them, you'll lose track. Just get the 1 or 2 that matter to you. As I say, is it CRM? Is it accounting? Is it task management? Get those in place, and then obviously you can add to those. And as I mentioned at the start, depending on your particular service that you're providing, there will obviously be some software you might need to do your design work, but you should know that anyway from your previous role, maybe as an employee, and you can purchase those tools that suit your needs to deliver that as well. As always, get feedback before you do so, get any referrals, try and keep your costs down, and progress as you go with adding new tools.